We now begin section 5. In this section, we will look into introduction to processes, the process flow in a PRINCE2 project, and tailoring of projects, particularly for the processes. Introduction to processes first. PRINCE2 has a process-based approach for project management. A process is a structured set of activities designed to accomplish a specific objective. It takes one or more defined inputs and turns them into defined outputs. There are 7 processes which provide all the activities required to direct, manage, and deliver a project successfully. The 7 processes are starting up a project, directing a project, initiating a project, controlling a stage, managing product delivery, managing a stage boundary, and closing a project. Starting up a project is always the first process. Closing a project is always the last process. After starting up a project, it is initiating a project. However, between them, there is also the directing a project. After initiating a project, it goes into controlling a stage. However, directing a project comes in between again. Controlling a stage links with managing product delivery. And at the end of each stage, we have managing a stage boundary. The project flow. In a PRINCE2 project, the project board will be directing the project throughout its life and authorizes the project manager to manage the project one stage at a time. Directing a project process runs throughout the project. The project flow is as follows. Note that there is a project flow which includes the process flow. And please note carefully the differences between the stages and the processes. A single stage may have one or more processes running. Particularly, we need to note that the initiation stage is different from initiating a project process because both of them sound very similar. A PRINCE2 project always has a pre-project work. This is the preparation for the project in order to authorize the project initiation stage. The initiation stage is the detailed planning and authorizing a project execution, as well as the first project delivery stage. What this means is, in the initiation stage, the detailed planning is done and 2 things are authorized. The project execution is authorized and the first project delivery stage is also authorized. Then we have 1 or more product delivery stages. And then we have the final stage in which the product delivery work may be done, if any, otherwise the project will be closed. And then post-project, after the project closure, where the benefit reviews will continue. Because most of the benefits generally happen after the project is closed, except in agile projects where the benefits will happen even during the project. This is a map of the PRINCE2 journey, showing the flow of processes in a PRINCE2 project. Firstly, we notice the corporate program management of the customer level at the top. Then we have the directing level with the project board handling the directing level, then the managing level with the project manager, and the delivering level with the team managers. The corporate program management or customer triggers a PRINCE2 project by providing the project mandate. This will therefore trigger the starting up a project process. In this process, both the directing and managing levels are involved. When it moves to, so this is the pre-project work. Then it moves into the initiation stage wherein directing a project, initiating a project, and managing a stage boundary, these 3 processes are involved. Then in subsequent stages, which are the delivery stages where products are developed, the following processes are involved: directing a project, controlling a stage, managing a product delivery, and managing a stage boundary. In the final stage, controlling a stage and managing product delivery will be involved, followed by closing a project. If there are no products to deliver in the final stage, then only closing a project would be there. Then afterwards, we have the post-project. The section from the initiation stage through the subsequent delivery stages and the final stage makes the project life cycle. Note the connections between the various levels and the various processes. Directing a project authorizes initiating a project in the initiation stage. However, initiating a project also depends on directing a project to obtain authorization to execute the project. Similarly, the managing stage boundary depends on directing a project for moving into the first delivery stage. And the directing a project expects information from the project manager at the end of the stage through the managing a stage boundary process. In the subsequent delivery stages, the project manager uses the controlling a stage to perform the project management work. However, the PM would have to link with the team managers using the managing product delivery work, which means that the managing product delivery is the team manager's process for developing, testing, and handing over the products to the PM. Whereas controlling a stage is the PM's process to control the stage, to manage, monitor, and control the stage. Therefore, from controlling a stage, the PM would interact with the project board into the directing a project process. And the directing a project will rely on the controlling a stage to provide information about the progress of the stage. Exceptions may occur during the controlling a stage process. However, usually exceptions generally occur towards the end of the stage in the managing a stage boundary process. Just like before in the initiation stage, the managing a stage boundary process works in the delivery stages also in a similar manner, where information is provided by the PM to the project board regarding the status of the stage, the plan for the next stage, the status of the project plan performance, the business case performance, based on which the project board will use the directing a project process to authorize the next stage, in this case, the final stage. The development, assignment of products happen in the final stage as well if there are any products to be developed, and eventually the project is closed. When the PM realizes that the project is nearing completion, the PM will start performing the closure activities through the closing a project process and eventually inform the project board through the directing a project process that the project is can be closed now. And the directing a project will review all the information required and declare the closure of the project if appropriate.